Deep in the heart of Ghana lies a river so vast, so powerful, and so ancient, it has cradled the stories of countless generations. The Volta River, winding like a silver thread through hills, valleys, and forests, is more than water. It is life, it is history, it is magic. Come closer, my dear listener. Tonight, I will tell you the stories whispered by the river. The tales of the fishermen, the spirits, the lovers, and the protectors of the Volta. For this river remembers, and it speaks to those who dare to listen. Once, in a small fishing village along the Volta, there lived a fisherman named Kwaku. His nets were always full, and his family never went hungry. But Kwaku carried a secret he would take to his grave. One evening, as the golden sun dipped below the horizon, Kwaku cast his net deeper into the river than he ever had before. The current was strong, and the water seemed alive, swirling with an unnatural energy. But Kwaku was determined. He had heard rumors of a treasure hidden in the depths of the river, a treasure guarded by the river goddess, Mami Wata. And then it happened. His net grew heavy, far too heavy for fish. As he pulled, struggling against the weight, a dazzling light burst from the water. There, before him, stood Mami Wata herself. Her hair shimmered like moonlight, her skin glowed like polished gold, and her eyes held the secrets of the universe. Mami Wata spoke, her voice as smooth as the river's flow. "Kwaku, fisherman of the Volta," she said, "you have disturbed my sacred waters. But your courage intrigues me. What is it you seek in these depths?" Kwaku, trembling yet emboldened, replied, "Great goddess, I seek wealth, not for greed, but to provide for my family and my village." The goddess smiled, her teeth like pearls, and raised her hand. From the water emerged a chest, gleaming with gold and jewels, more precious than anything Kwaku had ever seen. But Mami Wata had one condition. "This treasure is yours," she said, "but you must never reveal where it came from, not even to your own shadow. Should you break this promise, the river will take back what it has given, along with everything you hold dear." Kwaku, blinded by the allure of wealth, agreed. For years, his prosperity grew. His family flourished, and his village prospered. Yet the secret weighed on him like an anchor. One fateful day, in a moment of drunken pride, Kwaku revealed the source of his riches to a friend. That night, the river roared like an angry beast. Mami Wata returned, her beauty replaced by a terrifying wrath. "You have broken your promise," she thundered. The gold vanished, his boats capsized, and Kwaku was never seen again. His tale serves as a warning. The Volta gives, but it also takes. Not all tales of the Volta are warnings of greed and betrayal. Some are whispers of love and longing, etched forever into the land itself. Our next tale takes us to the Akosombo Hills, where the stones once sang a haunting melody, a song of love and loss that still lingers in the wind. Long ago, before the dam rose and the waters spread wide, two lovers would meet by the stones that line the river's edge. Ajoa, a village girl with a voice as sweet as honey, and Kwame, a hunter who roamed the forests, shared a forbidden love. Their clans were sworn enemies, but the river cared nothing for their feuds. Each night, Ajoa would sing by the stones, and Kwame would follow her voice, drawn like a moth to a flame. The river, in its wisdom, blessed their love, amplifying Ajoa's song so that even the spirits of the hills would weep with joy. But jealousy is a fire that burns without mercy. One night, Ajoa's brothers, enraged by the forbidden union, ambushed Kwame by the river. A fight broke out, and the hunter was struck down. As his lifeless body fell into the river, Ajoa's song turned to a wail of despair. She threw herself into the water, her voice echoing into the night. Since that day, the stones of Akosombo sing their song when the wind blows just right. Some say it is the lovers' spirits, bound forever by the river's embrace. Not all who travel the Volta return. Some say the river claims its own, choosing those whose time has come. This is the tale of the spirit canoe, a phantom vessel that emerges during storms, ferrying souls to the other side. In a small village by the river, fishermen spoke of the spirit canoe in hushed tones. "Beware the stormy nights," they said. "If you see the canoe, do not follow its light." But young Mensa, a fearless fisherman, scoffed at such tales. His boldness would lead him to an encounter he could never forget. One fateful night, a storm lashed the village. Mensa, determined to prove the elders wrong, ventured out onto the river in his canoe. The winds howled, and the waves rose like mountains. Then, through the chaos, he saw it, a ghostly canoe glowing faintly in the darkness. Its paddlers were silent shadows, their forms barely visible. Curiosity gripped Mensa, and he paddled closer. As he approached, he heard faint whispers, voices calling his name. "Mensa? Mensa!" They sounded like his ancestors, urging him to join them. But when he reached out, his hand passed through the ghostly paddlers as though they were made of mist. Suddenly, the storm ceased. The spirit canoe vanished, leaving Mensa alone on a calm, moonlit river. He returned to the village, shaken and silent. Though he lived many years after, he never spoke of that night. The spirit canoe, it seems, had spared him, but not without a warning. To this day, when storms rage on the Volta, villagers pray that the spirit canoe does not call their names. Ada, a bustling town near the Volta River, is known for its vibrant festivals and lively drumming. But few remember the tale of the twin drummers, Kofi and Kwesi, who saved their village with nothing but the power of sound. Kofi and Kwesi were inseparable. Born under a full moon, the twins were gifted with an extraordinary talent. From the moment they could walk, their hands found rhythm, and their drums spoke a language only the river spirits could understand. One year, during the height of the harvest season, raiders from a distant land descended upon Ada. The villagers, unprepared and outnumbered, fled into the forests. But Kofi and Kwesi stayed behind. "We have a plan," they told the elders. Armed with their drums, they climbed to the hill overlooking the village. As the raiders approached, the twins began to play. Their drums echoed across the river, creating a sound so powerful and otherworldly that the raiders stopped in their tracks. To their ears, it sounded like the war cries of 1,000 warriors. Fear gripped their hearts, and they fled, leaving the village unharmed. From that day on, Kofi and Kwesi were hailed as heroes. Their drums, now considered sacred, are kept in a shrine by the river, where they still echo faintly on quiet nights. The people of Ada never forget the power of unity and courage. The Volta River, ancient and wise, carries not just water, but the essence of life itself. Its stories remind us of courage, love, and respect for the unseen forces that shape our world. These tales, like the river, flow endlessly, connecting the past to the present and inspiring the future. So, the next time you